Oh my gosh, my phone is almost out of memory. That is not the point of this video though. So, I don't like being on camera, so that's why we are doing what we are doing. We being me, myself, and I. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about something that I think is really important. Um, People think of, well, you know what? It's not necessarily accurate, but let's just go with this train of thought for now. But people sometimes think of autism as a person being mentally challenged. Now, yes, there is there's a whole spectrum of autism, you know, but I am also on the spectrum, and I do struggle. I struggle with executive function. I struggle with a lot of different things. Um, More than just autism too. But honestly, I really want people to understand that autism is not just like struggling socially, or which is, by the way, something that I have a hard time with. I have a really hard time socially. Um, and I'm still trying to figure it out, which is honestly very interesting. But anyway, I really want people to understand that autism is not, for lack of a better word, like retardation. I really don't like using that word, but it's very descriptive in what I'm trying to say, right? But people think of autism as like being mentally challenged. Um, Not necessarily. I can't actually. I probably could if I had like editing software, but I don't because I'm doing this on my phone. But if I could like kind of interject a picture of a t-shirt, I would. And man, you know what? Maybe the t-shirt's like not completely related because talking about a t-shirt doesn't help my point. But being autistic doesn't mean that you're completely mentally challenged and that you like can't think right. Sometimes there are incredibly smart people, like people like Elon Musk, or I mean me, for instance. I mean, I'm on the autism spectrum, but I'm not like physically, well, actually I am. But that's anyway. Um Not everyone who is on the spectrum is mentally challenged. I mean, I'm mentally challenged, but in very specific situations. I mean, my executive function very much struggles. I have a really hard time prioritizing things and staying on track and not getting distracted and not forgetting things. Now, that's probably also ADHD. So that's fun. It's also not very fun, but whatever. It's my problem. It's not your problem. But people really need to understand that autism and ADHD are like not a joke. It is not funny to be autistic. It honestly though, it can be hilarious, to be fair. But it's not something to like be made fun of at all. I mean, being a person who struggles like neurodivergently, I very much understand how difficult it can be. And that is no reason for someone to make fun of someone else for their struggles. It just makes the situation worse. It makes the situation so much worse. And people don't necessarily always think about that. I mean, I worked with a guy last year who like made some like crack about autism, and I was like, holy crap, you are so unaware. I didn't actually say that, but I wasn't gonna make a scene and like point out that, oh yeah, I'm on the spectrum, because he would have then made fun of me. So I wasn't like about to like light him on fire, but if I was going to, I would have. Um, thank God I didn't, because then I possibly would have gotten fired. I'm just kidding. I have no idea if I would have gotten fired for lighting him on fire. But I mean, if I was literally going to have done that, maybe. Maybe I would have gotten fired. It wasn't a job that I really wanted to stay at, though, honestly. And it was partly because of him. But anyway, back to autism, though. Like, people don't always realize how actually not very funny it is. I mean, it can be really frustrating, but there are actually really good things about it, too. There are some really fantastic things about it. I mean, I only have like a few more minutes worth of memory on my phone because I haven't gotten anything else off of my phone and then deleted it from my device. But anyway, so I really wish that the world was more open minded and not as like kind of critical or just like not very well understanding of people who are on the spectrum. I just think it's really sad. I think it's incredibly sad how there are so many people in this world who think that they know, but they don't really. I mean, they think they do. And I'm not saying I'm like a genius, because believe you me, there's a lot of things about autism that I don't know. I'm on one I'm on the spectrum, but I'm not like mentally challenged, right? I mean, I am like a little bit. I'm like a little bit dumb sometimes. But like people need to just like be a lot more kind than they are to people or to everyone, to each other, to anybody. But for some reason, people don't really understand that. I wish they did, but they don't. I mean, I wish things were different, but they're not. So, I try to make the best of what I do have. And I try to make the best of even the days that I really have a hard time, you know? It's not always fun, but if I can find joy through pain, that's that much less pain that I have to deal with because somehow I've been able to figure out joy through it, you know? So, I don't know. I mean, I wish the world was more accepting, but the world is what it is. So I have to try and make the best of what it is instead of wishing many different things, you know?